or two.
All right. And we're live. Chuck, hello. Welcome. Where's my webcam? I'm looking at my
Hi.
microphone.
You're looking at your microphone.
I was looking for the webcam. Usually it's up here, but I got it down here.
Alrighty then. Shall we begin?
Yes.
I'm in the big comfy chair.
I see that. Looks like you stole it from Blue's Clues or something. Is that the big red chair? Let's go sit in the big red chair, y'all.
There's another one right next to me waiting for Julie to return, which we'll have to figure something out. Anyway, let's get started.
All right.
Technorama episode 410. 410. What's that number for? Well, the episode is for July 30th, 2014. Bottoms up.
Good morning, folks. This is your captain speaking.
Technorama.
Remember when?
Technorama.
On this day in tech history.
Check.
And now, the news.
Check.
What the chuck?
Technorama.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
Hey, a friend of mine came in here a while ago. I was wondering if you've seen him. Goes by the name of Jimmy Hoffa.
Over there, in the media corner.
He still owes me $20.
Technorama.
Hold my beer and watch this.
Unfasten your seatbelts and disregard all safety rules. Here are your flight crew, Chuck and Craig.
Welcome to Technorama for July 30th, 2014. This is the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If this is your first time listening to Technorama, hey, thank you for joining us. If you're a returning listener, welcome back. We appreciate you giving us your time. I am Chuck Tomasi, and with me, as always, is Craig Stepp. How are you, Craig?
I am great. Great. I got my new... Hey, look behind me. There's no purple wall. I know it's kind of hard to see. I don't have the lights.
He needs the poster. Where's the poster, man?
I'm still putting everything together. This is the new binary studio, still 0. Which way am I?
You got new digs.
Yes, I do. So.
And I keep moving around. There's no wall switch here, where there wasn't last week. The studio couch has been sold. So now I'm doing with the chair, and these chairs will soon be going into the living room. You're probably going to see lots and lots of different sets and backgrounds and chairs and things over the next few weeks.
Everybody listening and watching, I noted that it looks like he stole it from the set of Blue's Clues, that big red chair.
Hey, kids, but I'm kind of digging this. I got the armrest is very nice. I got over here on the right side, I've got the iPad for the sound effects. The H2 is right here. Oh, I hate to tell you this, dude, but I didn't hit record.
I did.
And you even told me to. Okay, here we go again. We're gonna do that part again. So all you people on the video get a special clue. Do over. Hey, good thing we didn't get 45 minutes into it this time. Technorama episode 410 for July 30th, 2014. Bottoms up.
Good morning, folks. This is your captain speaking.
Technorama.
Remember when?
Technorama.
On this day in tech history.
Check.
And now, the news.
Check.
What the chuck?
Technorama.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
Hey, a friend of mine came in here a while ago. I'm wondering if you've seen him. He goes by the name of Jimmy Hoffa.
Over there, in the media corner.
Guy still owes me $20.
Technorama.
Hold my beer and watch this.
Hey, Chuck.
Unfasten your seatbelts and disregard all safety rules. Here are your flight crew, Chuck and Craig.
Welcome to Technorama for July 30th, 2014. This is the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If this is your first time listening to Technorama, thank you for joining us. If you're a returning listener, welcome back. We appreciate giving us your time. I am Chuck Tomasi, and with me, as always, is Craig Stepp. How are you, Craig?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing really well. Is it good or well?
Whatever you feel like, that's what you are.
I still got that Word Crimes video in my head from Weird Al.
Apparently, you've got some new digs too. I don't see the obligatory poster behind you.
Yeah, you can see my comic book collection, what little bit I've got right there, and you see a green wall. So I'm in a different room.
He's in the green room. We have a green room.
I'm always in the green room. So yes, the poster's not up yet, but it will be. I've got lots of things to hang this coming week.
All right, and I am moving around too. studio couch has been sold to a nice
It
college
looks like you're
student.
on the set of Blue's Clues. Look at that red chair.
Hey, kid, join me in the big red Technorama chair.
You should print out like the little painting he had and stick it on the wall and some paw prints.
What was that email song? No, what? He had a little jingle. I never watched the show too much. What was that?
Oh man, I have to go back and think.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, I had the mailbox come in.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We don't have a letter from Technorama because nobody wrote us this week. But hey, it's good to see you and the chat room and things online. Let's get on with the show. Coming up in this episode, we have NASA vehicles, which is not just slow for NASA vehicles, and we have item number 3.
Somebody forgot to finish the show.
I thought you were doing that as a joke. I think it's funnier that way.
Yeah.
Leave it there. All right, let's jump right into... Make sure I am recording. Yes, 317, 318. Here we go. On this day in history for July 30th, 2014, this is the 211th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. There are 154 days remaining until the end of the year. It was on this date in 1502 that Christopher Columbus lands in Guanaja in the Bay Islands off the coast of Honduras during his 4th voyage. Hey, Diablo, where are we now?
And that same day in 1859 saw the first ascent of Napoleon Kilbine, Condon, Grand Canyon, one of the highest summits in the Alps.
The premiere of Walt Disney's Flowers and Trees, the first cartoon short to use Technicolor, and the first Academy Award-winning cartoon short, was on this date in 1932. I went and watched it on YouTube.
Maybe I should do the same. And the Trans-Canadian.
Keep going.
Trans-Canada. The largest measurement in the world. Opened today in 1962.
David Scott and James Irwin on the Apollo lunar module Falcon land on the moon with the first lunar rover during the Apollo 15 mission today in 1971. I remember that.
And the infamous date, 1975, Jimmy Hoffa visited from the Fourth Amendment. Baptist Red Fox Restaurant in Blue Hills, Michigan. Ordered in Detroit about 2:30 p.m.
Red Fox, it's the big one, Elizabeth. And we have Jimmy Hoffa apparently over there in the media corner. Only 11 years ago today, the last old-style Volkswagen Beetle rolls off the assembly line in Mexico. Happy birthday goes out on this date to German businessman George Wilhelm von Siemens, born on this date in 1855.
And finally, a name I can pronounce. Founder of the Ford Motor Company, Henry Ford, was on today in 1862.
From the entertainment industry have several birthdays, all still living as of this recording. Puppeteer and producer Sid Croft turns 85.
Hey, Ron Schwarzenegger is 67 today.
Singer, songwriter, guitarist, and actor Frank Stallone, yes, brother of Sly, is 64.
And producer Lawrence Fishburne is 63.
Do you know? And finally, director, screenwriter, and producer Christopher Nolan is 44. Here comes the end of the music. When you hit those high notes, you know the end is coming. And Santa's at the end of the parade, right? He will be this year. And that's the way it was on this day in history for July 30th, 2014.
Good news, everyone!
What?
You played that way too many times now.
I gotta practice. I know we need to mix in some new ones. That soundboard half really needs some new buttons.
Yeah, it does.
I tried on the Farnsworth costume today, as a matter of fact.
I gotta see a picture of you doing.
Well, you gotta wait till at least the bald appliance. Well, I dropped the glasses on the counter and one of the lenses broke off, so we're gonna re-glue those tomorrow. But that's a good thing because now I can take the inside lenses off. They were making it a little hard to see. Whatever that super high power bonding agent that Scott has, it kind of got on the lenses and sort of clouded them up a little bit. So we're going to be a little more careful, and we're going to glue them, and then when they're glued, we're going to be extra careful. But yeah, I have a pillow to bump out his belly. The pants and shirt and everything fit. It's actually kind of fun sloughing around the house in slippers.
Let's see if you can do it at Dragon Con.
I got to work on my old man walk.
Yeah. Hey, I need to talk to you after the show about our Star Trek uniform, because yours looks pretty cool so far.
Yeah. You know how hard it is securing a knife in your head?
It looks like it. What's funny is the knife you got looks like the blade would come down to about here.
Well, when I bought it, it practically did come down to my mid back. I hacked and chopped that thing pretty good. It's a deep one. Anyway.
Hey, you should walk kind of stiff, like it's going all through your through your neck.
We have some actual real news, not just funny news that we find on the cutting room floor of other shows. Someone threw us a bone, and NASA study says that Earth survived Sun's 2 coronal mass ejection. This is scary stuff, dude. You know what a CME is?
Yes.
It's when the sun throws off all this magnetic fields and mass and solar wind and magnetic. It's a big old mess. You know what it can do?
Wipe us clean.
Pretty much.
Sterilize the Earth.
Well, not quite, but there was a big one on July 23rd, 2012.
Chuck. That was a joke.
Thanks. I'm moving on. Now with 10% more fun. That'll make sense when we get to Dragon Con. That'll make more sense. Anyway, these CMEs would have knocked out the power for most parts of the world, not just the U.S. or something, the world. And they said we'd still be cleaning up the pieces today, 2 years later. Can you imagine that? I mean, think about trying to go through a winter in the north without any power, or the heat in the south without any air conditioning. That would be a big old mess. Where would you go? What would you do? How would you communicate? What would happen to the world's economies?
You'd have to go look at shows like Revolution and The Walking Dead for inspiration.
There you go. Start your zombie survival kit today. Actually, they did say something about that.
Somebody's at the door.
They did say something about that. Actually, it was a near miss to the Earth, the way it blasted things out, and it missed us by 1 week. If it had happened 1 week earlier, we would have been in the way.
I thought you were going to say it missed us by that much.
Literally, yeah. In terms of galactic, that was
the cosmos. That much.
Right. Now, the interesting thing here is these can happen again. Researchers are now warning people to take precautions in case solar eruption does hit the Earth in the future. In case it does? How about when it does? Mm-hmm. They are saying to always keep gas tanks half full, or half empty if you're a pessimist, and plastic water containers frozen in the freezer. Well, unless you live in the frozen north, then you might want some warm water around.
No, I got a question. All right, so Earth gets hit, power goes out. How long are we talking here? Are we talking like, is it going to be a 2-week outage? 3 weeks?
Well, they...
For good, like an EMP hit or something.
According to Daniel Baker of the Laboratory for Atmospheric and Space Physics at the University of Colorado, quote, if the eruption had occurred only 1 week earlier, Earth would have been in the line of fire. If it had hit, we would still be picking up the pieces. This is 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be out for a while.
Yeah. So what's a couple of jugs of frozen water is not going to...
No. No.
That's what I'm getting at. You're talking a little bit longer than that.
I'm starting to rethink my idea of moving to Phoenix.
Well, at least you won't have to worry about the winters if...
right. Freezing to death, just boiling to death.
Yeah.
What does that sound?
That is scary stuff. Oh. It's the CME coming your way.
That's good. I think somebody just started up a fan or something. Anyway, more news we have. Sound like Yoda read that line. More news we have.
More nursery time, yes.
Researchers are testing a prototype of the ice drill that they're going into Europa. You know, they want to drill through the ice of Europa to go down the frozen oceans and maybe look for life.
Yes. Mhm.
Well, recent discoveries of active under ice oceans of Europa and Enceladus have kindled speculation that life may exist at the outer reaches of our solar system. But to prove it, we're going to have to employ devices like the one recently tested by Stone Aerospace researchers in Alaska. Stone Aerospace, that almost sounds like Stark Industries. It's just got that name. Called Valkyrie, which is interestingly in all upper cases, which means it's probably some sort of a
Wait a minute. Valkyrie.
Right. Somebody worked really hard to come up with an acronym for Valkyrie, I'm sure, but they don't say what it stands for. The Stone Aerospace Cryobot. Ooh, it's a robot that goes through ice, so they call it a cryobot. That's catchy. It's powered by a 5,000 watt laser carried through a fiber optic wire. Note, peace treaties prevent the use of nuclear powered devices. Darn peace treaties.
Is there a peace treaty in Europa?
That's what I was wondering. There's no peace treaty on Enceladus. Unless, of course,
is the jurisdiction here? What are we talking?
There was life until we blew it up.
Yeah. With a laser.
Now we have three-eyed fish on Europa.
Yeah.
The upgraded system can carry more power than electric cables, allowing the automated drill to dig deeper than before. Shaped like a torpedo, it's 5.3 feet or 1.6 meters tall and 17.7 inches or 45 centimeters in diameter. It'll eventually be able to deploy smaller robots carried inside that would be released into liquid water to map the seafloor and scan for signs of life. This is kind of cool because it just melts the water right in front of it and then kind of pumps it through and sort of stays in this water jacket. But it's not working quite right because it's supposed to be able to turn based on how it melts the water and shoots it outside jets. But all they got it to do is kind of go in this corkscrew pattern. It doesn't really turn quite right yet. But they're working on that. And there will be bigger versions. Now, here's my favorite quote. See if I can find this real quick. Let's do a quick browser search for that certain word. There it is. Okay, here's a quote. None of this would be required if we thought ice would be clean straight down. But there could be anything from specks of dust to Volkswagen sitting in there. Volkswagen, and I love the comment here in the log later. It says, Volkswagens on Europa? I know as kids we used to pretend the old bug in the backyard was a spaceship, but I didn't think it ever got that far.
Yeah, right. I often wondered what if something got ejected from Earth and landed like on Mars or something by happenstance, and we end up finding it one day. It's like, it would blow the scientist's mind. How did that get here? Why is there a Coke can here on Mars?
Well, there could be Megatron or Captain America out there.
Megatron.
They always get trapped in the ice, right?
Yeah. No, I just always wondered if, like the rovers running around on Mars and there's all of a sudden a Snickers wrapper. Some garbage.
It's the tire from the lunar rover on Apollo 15.
Yeah.
Sorry, that thing got struck. Some of the parts blew out, and they found it on Europa.
Yeah.
Maybe there was an alternate life form that also developed a lunar rover underwater. Anyway, more NASA news. Boy, you are just full of NASA news today, aren't you?
Yeah, NASA's full of it.
Thanks to NASA, you can 3D print your own asteroids and satellites.
Very cool.
My dad had asteroids. Couldn't sit down for a week.
Yeah, that's a little different. Now you can
If
3D
you
print
have,
them.
if you have access to a 3D printer, you can now output your own space exploring fleet thanks to NASA. The space agency has posted a library of files for printing a number of space probes, asteroids, and Mars Gale crater. Okay, this just sounds wrong as we were making fun of asteroids. Now there's space probes.
Wow, you got to print the Gale crater? Good Lord. Isn't that thing huge?
It's a scale model. For the curious, Mars Odyssey, Kepler Voyager, and Cassini are all amongst the 21 available options. Collect all 4. Sounds like
You
doesn't it
get
sound
a
like
Happy
the little toys you get in the Happy Meal or the Lucky Charms or something?
Oh, look, I got another Cassini.
Did it have the Huygens probe on it? For the where was I? The entire lot has been scaled down to figurine size to accommodate the abilities of a number of printers, but the minute details aren't likely translate entirely. Good English there, people. The repository also includes other 3D models, textures, and visualizations for further three-dimensional experimentation. Those looking to get started only need consult the source link down below, followed through our show notes on the website, chuckchat.com/technorama. As for me, I'm consulting these folks at MIT about an ice cream satellite. Oh, nice throwback to last week's article.
Ice cream satellite.
We have birthdays. We all do. I'm now titling this the Birthdays and Other Things calendar.
Yeah.
July 30th, happy birthday today to Brian Hunt, aka Zaphod Beeplebrox.
I wonder how that extra head's working for him.
2 heads are better than one.
That's what I always say.
And July 31st is the wedding anniversary of Will the Computer Guy. Oh, look, he got married while he was about the time we... Wait, when did we go out there? In the fall. He was still a pretty newlywed when we met him.
I guess so.
2007. 2007 is 9 years. It's only 2014. That'd only be... Oh, maybe in 2007 he was married 9 years. So he was married in 1998.
Now it's double.
Not a newlywed anymore.
Yeah.
The honeymoon is over.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you and to all of you who have your birthday this week and are not on the calendar. Yes, we raise our glass.
Yeah.
We take a sip, we toast your birthday, and we want you to go over to the wiki and put
only
your
a
birthday
sip?
on there.
Okay.
Only a sip, not a glug. Man, he upends the tankard with both hands.
I'm doing some weightlifting for DragonCon.
He's got a podcast problem. He's going to Podcasters Anonymous.
Yeah.
Facts and strange stories. Do we have to take Lenny again this year?
No, just tell him it was canceled.
Didn't he like walk or bike ride or something to the Podcast Expo years ago?
Yeah, he got there way after it was
Someone on the executive committee gave him the wrong date. I wonder who that could be. All right, enough about Lenny. We have better stories to talk about. A father invents a way to fill 100 water balloons a minute.
He's a genius.
Did you see the video on this thing?
No, I did not watch the video. Oh.
It almost looks like alien pods all hanging from the hose by little skinny hoses, and they all fill up, and then he shakes it, and they all shake loose like eggs. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, like the Matrix, where they're
You
all...
still have to hook them all up. I haven't seen the whole video of how you attach them. Meet Bunch of Balloons. I understand this is a Kickstarter project, but I haven't read this article entirely yet. A system for filling up 100 water balloons per minute invented by a father of 8, oh my gosh, Josh Malone. Because when it's your job to fill water balloons for 8 kids, you're going to find a way to make that stuff easier for yourself. Same goes for putting them all to sleep. You yell, "Good night!" from the garage and pull the circuit breaker. Apparently.
I bet he doesn't have a way to silence 100 kids at once instead of just make balloons.
After testing many ideas, including one that involved filling balloons with marshmallows, okay, Malone came up with the idea to use a tube to transport the water from the hose into the balloons and using an elastic ring around the necks of the balloons to seal them. Once you tie a bunch of balloons attachment to the garden hose, the only other item you need is a small container filled with water below the hose to protect the balloons when they pop off the hose, sealed and filled with water. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Those are awesome. Hey,
what a time saver.
This video is crap. You know why?
Why?
There is no way a girl with a bunch of water balloons is going to show a boy how to use it. She's going to... They're going to arm him.
She got stuck on the filling committee. Bunch of Balloons is currently a Kickstarter project, but blew past its 10,000 goal instantly and has already exceeded $300,000. So,
Wow.
if you want some, you can get a package of 100 starting at $15 plus an extra $25 shipping outside the US. That's a little expensive for something you're just going to try to pop on a brother or sister's face. But whatever. Did I ever tell you about the time I filled a water balloon with olive oil?
No.
Okay, I'm just reading the article here. It sounds
Hey,
really interesting.
By the way, it is now at $500,000.
Wow!
He only wanted 10 grand.
That's a successful Kickstarter.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. So for, what's the lowest one? So $15 you get 100 balloons. 100 balloons. So you got to buy his balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Hey, man, you could sell the garden hose part for free and then just sell the balloons. You know, it's the old razor and razor blades idea.
I go to the dollar store and get some balloons for $1.
It's kind of like the revolution when you went from the old squirt guns with, you know, the ones that look like a pistol and they only shot about 12 inches and you had that little plastic cork thing with the T on the end so it couldn't pull out and you had to get the teeniest little trickle of water in there.
Yeah.
And then somebody comes out with the super soaker that shoots like 30 feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is an unfair
Firefighters
advantage.
Need it, you know, that kind of thing.
Right. Unfair advantage. Speaking of unfair advantages, we are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with many more stories in the Media Corner of the Geek Library, including a pizza-throwing vehicle inspired by the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and crazy posters from the subway. Ranger Craig has left the room after saying, "So want." Oh, he wants the water balloon thing.
Hey, did you see it? I know you saw his picture, some twit.
Yes, that was pretty cool.
I had
On
to
the
throw that one back out of Leo. My love picture with
I'll have
Leo.
to dig out my old pictures from the podcast expos. That's when I learned to be so not darn nervous. I mean, to be not so darn nervous. Okay. Chat room time.
Wait, you were nervous?
On the first one? Yeah.
Why?
Chat room time. Welcome back. We want to let you know that every week we do this show live on a Google Plus Hangout, Sunday nights at 9:30 Pacific time. I did turn that audio back up. Yes, I did. Okay, good. Had to check. 9:30 Eastern time. I think I might have said Pacific a minute ago. 9:30 p.m. ET. PMET.
EST.
No, oh, is it EST right now? No, it's ED. It's daylight saving. No.
Yeah.
I can't keep it straight anymore. I'm moving to Arizona where we don't change our stinking clocks.
Yeah.
Rest of y'all can deal with that.
All of a sudden he's got pride in his state, in new state.
I have been saying for years, I hate changing clocks. I hate changing
Yeah,
clocks.
it's a little ridiculous. I don't
Especially
know.
when kids come along and you got to mess with their sleep schedules. Anyway, in the chat room, we have Captain Root Beer, me, and you. Wait, you're not in the chat room.
Oh, wait. Yes, I will be.
Unless you're Mad Marv 1, because there's a Mad Marv and a Mad Marv 1. We got the Giant, we got Tim Elliott, we got Weber, and we got Gru. And coming up last is Beetle Bomb. You don't know what I'm talking about when I do that, do you?
Beetle Bomb?
Not a Dr. Demento fan, apparently.
Oh, I'm
I think that might have been Spike Jones. Okay.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. Anyway, Media Corner. Media Corner. Where's my Media Corner thing?
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
Hey, where can I find some good information about music and TV and videos and things?
Over here, the Media Corner.
That particular Blockhead video is now closed.
Yeah.
I just thought of that. I could picture where I was when I recorded that. I'm like, oh, that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, yeah, there's a liquor store in the one that used to be right around the corner now.
A liquor store.
Actually, a liquor/beer store, and the beer store has good selection, so I'll take it. I can't go
Honey,
rent beer there, but
where's my pants? These 12 bizarre Subway ads aren't from an alternate reality. They are actually from real reality. These are Subway ads that, you know, when you go on the Underground or the Subway and they have the ads up on the inside of the car.
Hey, have you ever ridden in a subway?
Have I? Yes. Many
You have?
times. Yes.
Where? Appleton? Appleton's got
San
a nice
Francisco, London, let's see, not Chicago. Chicago's elevated. Where else was I? Dang, I can see it. I know I've been on the Bay Area Rapid Transit, the BART, many times.
That's not subway though.
It goes underground. Yes, it does.
Been underground, and I have ridden on it, but I haven't gone on the ground.
It goes underground in
Curious.
many
I-
places.
I-
Anyway, here's an ad. It has a picture of a man and a car, and the man is getting out of the car and rushing to a child who's been hit and laying on the ground in a puddle of its own blood. So it says, parents,
Well,
for
yeah.
safety's sake, teach children cross streets only at corners. Be careful on errands. Citizens Traffic Safety Board.
Well, keep in mind this is for this isn't a subway, so
It is in a subway. Stay
theoretically
off
you
the
wouldn't be in
streets.
a car.
Then, of course, there's the 4 strictly vegetable soups. Now, this is way before the days of veganism was popular. We have Campbell's celery soup, Campbell's pea soup, Campbell's tomato soup, Campbell's
Friday
asparagus.
day.
Yes, make Lent Friday every day by Campbell's famous chefs. Name one Campbell's chef.
Chef Boyardee.
No, no, no.
He's his own man.
Do you know that's not how you spell his name, obviously?
Who? Chef Boyardee?
Yes. That's approximately how you pronounce it.
Okay.
It's Boyardee.
Oh.
But it was like
What do I
B-O...
care, man? I just like his spaghetti meatballs.
Oh, I'm sure that's not how he prepared it years ago. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
After you've
It's got so much sugar in it. There's no way.
After you've had your vegetable soups, you can visit the Festival of Gas Pavilion.
Hey, again, I ask, why would you need gas if you're taking the subway?
Now, the funny thing is, it says New York World's Fair. But the World's Fair, it was in New York. They had the opportunity to host one in 1939 and 1940. But they kind of made up their own and said, let's do it again in 1964. It was unofficial.
Do it again.
It
was so much fun.
Heinz 57 mayonnaise salad dressing. Have you ever used mayonnaise as salad dressing?
No.
Me neither. Maybe on a pasta salad or something like that.
You know what? I have done this before. You can take mayonnaise and ketchup, mix it together, and you have Thousand Island.
Here's one I like for this polish. Semdak, which sounds more like a laxative. Big helps to brighter things. Quick and easy. It's furniture dressing and auto polish. They have 2 brands. They're
Maybe you
really
should put that on your salad.
made and guaranteed by Standard Oil Company. Sure, it's oil.
Yeah, put some of that furniture dressing on your salad.
Furniture dressing, and then eat your bureau, I guess.
Hey, when you say furniture dressing, I'm usually thinking like pillows or a throw. Not an oil.
We have another one that says, bet you'd do better in a hat. 84 out of 100 women prefer men who wear hats.
Ding.
I wear hats. People razz me about it all the time. Not just a baseball cap, but a nice Panama. I almost said Pandora. I mixed up Panama with fedora.
Yeah, I see some snazzy hats. I think I've seen you in one before.
Five babies on this one poster says, must they die in World War III? Yes.
Yeah, with an exclamation point. Yes.
Unless you work now for a lasting peace after victory. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, there's a NATO poster right under that one. But I think my all-time favorite is this one. It's obviously from the 70s. You can tell because it's got that rounded font.
Oh,
Turn kids on to real grass.
Yeah.
No.
Kids with the African American children with the large afros, that kind of gives away 70s, late 60s, early 70s kind of look.
I got bigger hair than Michael Jackson. Viceroy. Filtered cigarette smoke is better for your health. Better than what? A hammer to the head?
Yeah, it just prolongs it for about 5 minutes.
Here's an ad for Crystal Motors Inc., Bay Parkway, 59th to 60th Streets, with an honest-to-goodness guarantee. I love these bullet items. Safety tested. Actually conditioned. All makes and models. What does actually conditioned mean?
Actually conditioned.
There's no fake conditioning, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Artificial.
I hate that artificial conditioning.
Hey, trades accepted, terms arranged.
And then, of course, we have to have a political poster, and there it says, sweep, and it's got a picture of a broom. Sweep the communists out of our government. Elect Dewey and Warren. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is how we won the Cold War. President Dewey saved us all. Did you ever read the book 11/22/63?
No. Sounds like
It's a Stephen King novel about an alternate reality, a guy who finds this time portal and goes back into the past and tries to change the past, but every time he tries to change it, there's like this resistance that says the past doesn't want to be changed. Of course, it really starts to screw up the future in ways that you can't predict.
Mm-hmm.
Good book. Good book.
Every movie we've seen tells us that.
This one's got a different twist on it, though. I liked this one.
Yeah, you saw the lecture from Dr. Brown talking about the alternate time history.
Yes. I'm waiting for Biff Towers. No, Biff Co. What was the name of the tower that he's put up?
The name of the towers, it was... Oh, man, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, then.
Bifco was also a company.
Yeah, I saw this picture and I thought it was kind of grotesque, actually. Hot Wheels makes full-size Darth Vader car to promote the teensy version coming out. This looks like a bad Batmobile crossed with, I don't know. It's just all wrong in so many ways.
Face and went, stretched it out. It looks cool, I think.
So I was trying to think of some crossover movies today, and I was thinking, what would you get if you crossed like Planet of the Apes with Batman?
Bad Ape.
or Raiders of the Lost Ark with the Hulk.
Raiders of the Lost Ark with a Hulk. Smash! Yeah, you know.
Dun 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 dun. Roar! Hot Wheels.
The Covenant.
Let's continue on with this story. Hot Wheels unveiled this full-size Darth Vader mask-inspired car at this weekend's San Diego Comic-Con. The car was built to promote the teensy $40 version, $40 for a Hot Wheel, that they'll be releasing this fall. Holy smokes, times have changed. What were they, like $1.25 when I was a kid, if that?
What did it say how much it was again?
$40.
Wow, but look at the case it comes in, though.
The case. Yeah, I'm buying a car for the case.
Well, it comes down, it looks like Darth Vader's lightsaber, but there's a middle section that's clear, and it has the car in it. Inside the lightsaber.
And you're supposed to put that in the flux capacitor? Where are you supposed to
they're
stick
going
that
to sell
thing?
the crap load of these, man. What do you...
It better light up like a lightsaber for that much.
Yeah, right. Actually, it
Embrace
looks like
the dark side.
Like it's a toy version of his lightsaber, so it's not like even, the real thing.
I read this hashtag wrong at first. It's hashtag Darth Car. I thought it said hashtag Death Car.
Death Car. Hey, I think it's kind of a cool looking car. But
The jury's still out. The grill almost looks like one of those 1960 Roadsters where it's going. Urgh!
Well, what I do like is on the side of the car, like running boards, is this lightsaber.
I gotta glance over to the chat room. We were talking about Semdak, right? That furniture polish. Weber says Semdak, a former Romulan envoy to the First Federation.
Hail Semdak. That's funny.
He's also razzing me. He said, they had cars when Chuck was a kid. Did you have to stick your feet out the bottom to get it to run?
They had one, Weber. They had one car when Chuck was born.
Hey, we said Henry Ford, it's Henry Ford's birthday. I
Yes.
knew him.
Yeah, right.
We hung out together.
They hung out together.
Finally! Is this our finally? We're at the end already, the Geek Library?
Yeah. Maybe you should, draw it out a little bit.
Well, no, we're at 37 minutes. Plus, you got to stick a few things in there.
Okay.
Here is the life-size Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pizza thrower
Speaking
in
of
action.
cars, yeah,
Speaking of weird cars, this is right up Technorama. How do you not see something like this and go, I should send that to Technorama? Well,
Yeah.
Nobody did this week. We had to find it ourselves.
That's right.
Pizza Hut has been talking about their life-size replica of the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vehicle, the pizza thrower, for weeks now. But finally, there's some footage on the action. Straight from this year's Comic-Con. Wow, Comic-Con got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Warning, contains graphic pizza on shredder violence. Admittedly, the pizzas are more disc-like than edible. Well, it is Pizza Hut after all, right?
Oh, come on. I like Pizza Hut.
But to be fair, I seem to recall the original pizza thrower vehicle also fired small plastic discs, way better than actual pizza, so I suppose it's technically authentic. Somebody in the comments found the little pizza thrower thing. And do you remember those little guns that used to shoot the plastic discs?
Yes, of course. Absolutely. Yeah.
And they would go zinging about 30 feet, and you can't sell those things these days. You'd put an eye out, and parents wouldn't have them. Well, this is kind of the same concept, only they put it in a little vehicle. And if you were running this around, it made a lot of noise, and it shot these little plastic discs that looked like pizzas, much like those pistols, and scared the crap out of the cat.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. Can't sell them these days. Darn safety advocates.
Yeah. One kid probably choked and down here
You'll
for everybody
shoot
else.
your eye out.
Yeah. You shoot your eye out. You'll choke your kid.
You'll shoot your cat out.
Yeah.
That's it. We're done. We're at the end of the stories.
Hey, well, wait a minute. Speaking of the pizza thing, I thought it was funny they unveiled it at Comic-Con.
Yes.
But, there you would be happy to see a pizza at some point. We've been walking around cons, we're starving. All of a sudden, here comes one flying in the sky. So that's what I kept thinking. They're going to have a lawsuit where they tag some people with a pizza.
Well, now that both you and I work for the same company, which has a
Mhm.
San Diego office, one of these days, one of us is going to be there during Comic-Con.
Well, you also have to kind of plan ahead for Comic-Con. So I don't know. I don't know if I would know that far ahead.
Yeah, you can't just drop in, can you? It'd be like dropping in on Dragon Con.
I mean, you kind of could for some things, but you have to register for the con. So
You'd already have your hotel room from the, work stay, right?
mm-hmm.
It'd be a
Busy
few
time.
miles away.
Yeah, maybe the time I didn't get a car. Oh man, I need to book a car real
Can you give
quick.
me a ride?
Yeah.
You hop on Uber or something.
Yeah,
All right.
well, that's true. That's true.
Another talk for another
Yeah.
time. We have made some forward references to our Dragon Con antics that were dreaming and scheming. For those of you who have not heard, Technorama will be combining forces with Comedy Forecast for
Really? Yeah,
one
but
show
Tell them
only.
what happened. There was a scheduling conflict, so we
There,
decided
yeah.
we thought we'd man
Schedule.
up and let Clinton join our show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just out of
Let's
a
hear-
good.
Till you hear his side of the story.
Yeah. Well, there's always that. So
That's our story, and we're sticking to it. So Friday night, we will be getting together. I don't think it's too early to start promoting that, right? We're only about a month away.
yeah,
We'll be getting together, and we are going to have some fun, which should be interesting because our show is loosely scripted, and his show is very scripted. So we have some work to do to mash the two together. But until then, keep thinking about it. We want to see you there. We know we're going to see a number of you there.
well, let's do the math real quick. So if we got approximately 4 weeks, that means I got about 3 weeks till I get to have my costume done.
Okay.
I can start then.
That's That's 2 listeners from our show that'll be there, and 3 from Clinton's show, but 2 are the same listeners. So we're going to have an audience of about 3. I think we're good.
Hey, that's an improvement from last year.
But yeah, by 3.
Yeah, 3.
Let's take us out of here. If you want to get a hold of us, call the
Good
listener
morning,
line.
folks. This is your captain
Wrong
speaking.
one.
Technorama.
Remember when?
All right, that was just a mess. Call the listener line, 206-222-CHAT. That's 206-222-2428. Email us, technorama@chuckchat.com. We're also on Facebook and all that other good stuff you can find over at our webpage. chuckchat.com/Technorama is the place you want to go. And once again, it's that time of month where I want to thank everybody who is doing their due diligence and donating their micropayments to PayPal to help fund the Technorama bandwidth and hosting and all that good stuff. Thank you very much. It is a big relief for our bank accounts. This is a labor of love, and we love you too. So, till next time, tell a friend about Technorama, and once again, please give me a binary high five.
101.
Take care, everybody.
All right. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.